Hi, I'm Dan Chambers, the founder of Chambers Law Firm. I wanted to make a really quick video just on some important police reforms that have gone into effect in California beginning in January of this year. We've all seen the terrible fallout from incidents like George Floyd and the civil unrest that followed, and the complicated relationships that now exist in our community between the public and police officers. Because of that particular civil unrest, California implemented some important changes. They may not have a direct effect on your criminal case, or they might, but I just wanted to highlight them in case they happen to be an issue in your case and you want more information. I'm going to talk about three major changes with respect to how law enforcement is going to interact with the public. The first important change that was made is that the California Attorney General has now been charged, if you will, with investigating all officer-involved shootings that involve an unarmed civilian. The Attorney General has now been placed in charge of investigating those and making charging decisions on whether charges should be filed against that officer. The most important part of that new change is that the Attorney General now has to establish a public website, meaning the public can now go there and get information about the status of a shooting and what's going to be done about it by the Attorney General's office. It's out there now for public consumption and will no longer be part of a secret investigation that you can't find out any information about. The second important change involving law enforcement is that officers are now going to be required to undergo training to get out implied bias, what we call implied bias. They're going to have to take special training courses to try to weed out or get rid of implicit bias that they may have. For example, everybody that wears baggy clothing is a gang member, or every person that's an African or American male in this particular neighborhood probably is dealing drugs. They now have to go through formal training to try to get rid of any implied biases they may carry. And in fact, it goes even further. They now have to undergo a psychological evaluation by a doctor to make sure that those types of implied biases aren't going to be carried into the streets. The final thing that's very important, and we saw this in the George Floyd case, is that officially now in California, carotid and chokeholds have been completely banned and can no longer be used by law enforcement in any situation. I hope that this video has been informative for you. If you think these issues might be a concern for you in your case, give us a call and we'll talk it over. Thanks.